I put my show The Resident on the internet over a decade ago, way before your mom was on Facebook. I got millions of views on YouTube before they even had ads. And at that time, YouTube was like Facebook, because it was one of the first places where people could interact with each other in the infamous comments. Boy, did I get comments. So many comments. Some of them were really nice and supportive, saying like, I like what you're doing. Keep it up, which was really nice. But the vast majority of the comments were not nice. They were vile and mean. They were about every inch of my looks and every mistake I made. They were all awful. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 comments. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of terrible comments coming at me day and night, all the time. It was so horrible. So I learned about the comments very quickly. Everyone who logged onto the internet early on learned very quickly, when it comes to the comments, do not engage. It never works out. You can try to reason with people or have like a nice back and forth, but it doesn't work. Because people taking stupid amounts of time to write out their opinions and then shoot them off into the faceless internet is not the same as having an analog face-to-face conversation with someone, not even remotely. And for some reason, it tends to bring out the worst in us. Case in point. We have a new first kid in the White House. He's 10, and he knows that literally the entire world is watching him while they're tearing his father, now the most powerful man in the world, apart. And so we're all watching the inauguration. What do some people comment on but how freaked out our new first kid looks? And some people made really off-colored jokes, like one of SNL's writers, who tweeted, Barron will be this country's first homeschool shooter. Meaning the kid looks so crazy that he looks like one of those lone wolf shooters. Now, I personally feel bad for the kid. I mean, look at him. So I didn't find that too funny. I thought it was pretty low, honestly. But I didn't start going crazy commenting on the writer's tweet. I just have my own opinion about her now. But everyone else went absolutely crazy. First about her, and then just to each other. People were commenting to each other like crazy. All of this mean, horrible stuff over a 10-year-old kid who was clearly freaked out, to the point where the writer got fired and newspapers all did stories on it and all this horrible stuff was just written about a child. No one feels good about this. Why would you even bother to interact? The people that you're interacting with don't feel good about this either. None of us feel good about this. So, to all of you now who are experiencing the horrors of engaging in comments like I first did back in the day, to you I say, learned the lesson yet? Remember before the election, when CNN kept releasing a poll every few minutes, along with the Washington Post and all the other mainstream media outlets, and all their polls said that Hillary Clinton was easily going to win? And a lot of nice, innocent people believed those polls? And then all those polls were wrong? Remember that? I sure do, because I was the only New Yorker saying, I think the polls are wrong, I think he's gonna win. And no one believed me. They believed the media and most polls. It's a true story, my life in New York has not been easy lately. Anyway, I remember how wrong those polls were. So the question is, do those nice, innocent people remember how wrong the media was and how it misled them in a horrible way? That's the question. And I'm asking it now because, amazingly, our media is still releasing polls. They're still at it. They literally got it all wrong. All of them. They all said Hillary was going to win easily, and they were all wrong. But did any of them take a moment to reflect and say, wow, we were just so wrong. How could we be so wrong? And because we were so wrong, we just freaked out the entire country. Wow, we should take a moment and hold off on these polls to figure out if they're wrong, so that maybe we can do a better job going forward. Did any of them do that? No, they did not. They just keep releasing more polls. CNN just released a new poll, Trump's approval rating, saying that he's the president with an approval rating of just 40% as he enters the office, a new record low. And the Washington Post was attempting to stopping up those poll numbers in a million ways to show how everyone hates Trump. And then they also did a story on a poll from Quinnipiac University, which showed that Trump has reverted to his pre-election standing, with most Americans having major concerns about his temperament. And the media also done all over a Gallup poll that said that less than half of America has faith in the new president. So, once again, all of these media outlets are releasing stupid polls that say Trump sucks and everyone in the country hates him and he's gonna fail. They have the audacity to do that even though their goals were just proven to be wrong in the biggest, most upsetting way possible just 2 months ago. So, to the nice innocent people who believed those polls before and got duped big time, to them I ask this question: are you really going to fall for their trick again? I'm a fan of Fiona Apple's. She's got an amazing talent with words and melody, which is why I was confused by something she did recently on many levels. I learned about it through Rolling Stone magazine, who did an article entitled, "Hear Fiona Apple's Scathing Anti-Trump Chant for Women's March." When I saw that, I was like, wow, scathing from Fiona? Must be really heavy because that girl's lyrics are nothing if not heavy. So I clicked and I listened. So I clicked and I listened. And if this is what Rolling Stone, supposed expert of music, thinks is scathing, then the state of our music is definitely in trouble. Because the song is only a minute long. It's just a loop of a little piano over a super basic drum line. And it features that infamous audio of Trump talking to Billy Bush on a tour bus, talking about how women will throw themselves at you if you're famous and how you can even grab them by the pee. You know the pee I mean by now, of course. So it's that audio played a few times, and then it gets to Fiona's scathing part, which is her repeating one line over and over. This is how it goes. Ready? "We don't want your tiny hands anywhere near our underpants. We don't want your tiny hands anywhere near our underpants. We don't want your tiny hands anywhere near our underpants." And then the producer of the song just throws on different effects on her voice so that it sounds a little different here and there. But that's all there is. It's just Fiona saying over and over again, "We don't want your tiny hands anywhere near our underpants." That's it. That's her scathing song. Now again, I like Fiona Apple, but I mean, come on, you guys. That's not scathing, first of all. Second of all, the word underpants is just gross. It's like moist. It's just one of those words that make you go yuck, not for any purpose or reason, it just does. And third of all, it's a little ironic, considering one of the reasons Fiona Apple was able to rise to fame is because the video for her song Criminal off her debut album Tidal in 1996 was of her writhing around in nothing but her underpants. And she was 17. It was total kiddie porn and objectification of women, and it was a big, big, big reason she got to be as famous as she did. And maybe could be why she had a lot of trouble dealing with her success after that. And now here she is chanting about underpants again. To me, that's not scathing. That's just all kinds of weird.